Yeah, no, it's okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my show, Learning from Life Experiences. And I'll begin this program with a famous quote by somebody I know very well. It goes like this: the journey of life can be enriching only if you have faith in your own capabilities. When you believe in yourself, you can overcome self doubt and have the confidence to take action and get things done. Always remember you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Well, you must be wondering who is the person behind this quote. So it is none other than Evangeline, who's my guest for this show today. So Evangeline is on a mission to help you have faith in yourself and letting go all that has stopped you in your pursuit of excellence and happiness. And Evangeline is a science graduate. She has been into it. She's got experience of 15 years, including 7 years of experience in the combat corporate world, and thereafter she became an entrepreneur, and she has her own company called Gabriel Shipping and Logistics Private Limited. So I'll not take too much of time, but I'll ask Evangeline. Welcome, Evangeline, on my show, and it is a great honor for me to have you here and share your journey with our audience. So, Evangeline, can you just tell our audience a little bit about yourself as to where you are from, what do you do, and uh, uh, then we'll proceed forward. Over to you,
Yeah.
Evangeline. Yeah.
Hi, Colonel. It's
Hi.
me, Ivan. You can call me Ivan because
Okay.
my name is a bit difficult. Okay. It's my pleasure to be on your show because I see I was going through some of your videos and you are doing such an amazing, work by getting people on board and, talking to them. Really hats off to you. And about me, I have total 15 years of experience, 7 years of corporate and 8 years of entrepreneurship experience. And I'm into shipping industry
Mhm.
and I've got two children. My elder son is like 14-year-old and my younger daughter is like 5-year-old. So half a day of mine is spent with her because of her schooling, work from home. And this is a new challenge and I'm trying to be, wear that student hat as well,
Mhm.
so I'm learning with her. And yeah, this is what about me. I think I own three company basically.
Okay.
I'm a CEO at Gabriel Shipping and I'm a founder of Emerald Enterprises.
Mhm.
And mom knows this is what I am doing. And now, yes, now I'm trying to, and like I am trying to, become a life strategic coach as well because I've got few clients as well with me. So
Mhm.
this is my new thing actually. Yeah.
Oh,
This
that's
is
very
all about.
nice. That's very nice, Evangeline. You're actually wearing multiple hats at the same time, as you mentioned, from corporate, and now you're owning three different companies. And so, Evangeline, before we move forward, can you tell our audience a little bit about your journey before you started your corporate job? How was it as a child, your child, a little bit about your childhood, and what were your dreams and aspirations before you actually jumped into the corporate world?
Okay. Now, Colonel, when I was like child, I was like a dreamer,
Mm.
because I had a very not vision, but then I used to dream because in my family member we had my aunt and my uncle. They are from shipping industry. My uncle is a captain, and then
Mhm.
that shipping industry has kind of fascinated me, how things work because I do not know anything much more
Mhm.
than that. So what
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to do, I wanted to pursue my career there. So even as a child, I was dreaming to join a shipping company one day. So somehow after my graduation, then I landed up. I was actually looking out for shipping company because I
Mhm.
used to look in the classifieds wherever there is a vacancy in shipping. So that's how I landed up into the shipping company. But then I didn't had any much vision to it when
Mhm.
as a child because. not very much keen to do something, not much, because I now feel that I was like a situational driven, and I didn't had any passion or any orientation to do anything actually. So this is so not much great thing to tell about that how I am today now. Not something great actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what I could make out is one thing you were very clear about was to go into the shipping industry, and that is how you started your job also in that, and thereafter you started your own company called Gabriel Shipping and Logistics Private Limited. So in addition, you also mentioned you have your own Emlyn Enterprises, and you're also owner of the brand called Mom Knows. Can you tell us a little bit about the other two things, these companies of yours? What exactly are you doing in those two fields?
Yeah, so now this company, this is basically sales of goods and purchase actually, this Emlyn Enterprises. Okay. So we have two division and we have two brands. So one is in Mumbai and one is in Tamil Nadu. Okay. And so we do a bit of, we do bit of trading on machineries and other stuff which is used for schools and for children, that is that. And Mom Knows, that is something that's my passion project, because that's something I want to do it on a very I am actually started to do on a very larger scale. Like I want to do a workshop for parents, for children, and I am also bringing up like educational tools, kits, so that that can allow people and children to come on to our workshop, participate, and then to understand. So this is what the brand is all about. So we are focusing to change in people's life, that is mom and children. So that's the it's very important when as a mother, when she try and understand her child, then a child becomes magical actually. That it becomes magical. The journey becomes magic. So that's what the difference we want to bring in a mother and a children relationship. So that's what is about actually. And we want to do it in a creative, in a workshop way, not then by giving lectures and something like that. Okay. So we are designing, and then we are calling people, so some unique way and unique methodology we are working, so that their emotions can be can be seen. Okay. So this is what we are trying to work on Mom Knows brand.
Okay, so there's something very unique that you are doing, Ivan, and so I'm sure during this journey of yours, initially when you were in the corporate job, and thereafter when you decided to switch over from corporate to become an entrepreneur, and then now you are owning three different companies, you must have faced a lot of challenges in this transition phase. So would you like to share one big challenge which you faced, and how did you overcome that for our audience?
My biggest challenge when I was in corporate industry, I always felt that I knew like everything. Like I knew, I was of opinion that I knew certain people are maybe not up to my expectation. So it's okay to live them and okay to be myself. But then that was the biggest challenge, because when an entrepreneurship, I'm like preparing myself to be a leader, and as a leader I cannot get away from people, because I need a team, without team there cannot be any office, there cannot be any system in place, because wherever I go, like my clients are people, so, and I was feeling that I'm very good at it. But when I came into this entrepreneurship journey, I realized that no, actually I am very bad at it. And there was a situation where I felt that I need to work on myself just to overcome this issue, just to overcome this issue, how to handle people, because I was actually failing there. So this is the biggest challenge what I could see, because when I was at corporate desk, jobs were limited. limited number of people, but into entrepreneurship, number of people are more, your family, your work people, your client, then I have my team whom I need to take care, I need to groom them, so different type of people and different type of thing, and I was failing there. So this is where I felt the biggest challenge was me, to understand people. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's really great thing to do, and firstly realizing what are your things which you need to work upon, and then making a conscious effort to work upon yourself. That is really very few people are able to do that. We have seen normally it is a great thing you did, Ivan. And over the last I think over a last 1.5 years since the time we all of us have been stuck with this pandemic phase, wherein people we had to initially full lockdown, and then things were shut down for a long time, and people had to work from home, and also even your children also we had to be confined to. So you must be really having a tough time doing that balancing act of managing all your work, plus you're looking after children, plus also helping them there in their studies. So how did you manage that entire thing in these last 1.5 years?
Now this is something 1.5 year. I never ever imagined that something like this gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because I'm this kind of person. Wherever the problem is, I will just run away from that situation.
Oh.
And now I'm in a situation. All problems are on me, and I'm not able to run anywhere. Like because the pandemic has come, and there has been a lockdown, and children, and that's last year my daughter, she was like going to school for the first time. And I was not knowing how to cope and how to help her, because I myself was not prepared. I myself was not prepared, like how to teach her, what to teach her, because she is asking so many questions. Mama, why am I not going to school? Why teacher is coming online? Why she is not listening to me? I was not having any answer, because I am trying to tell her something, and she is also a dreamer like me. And she is like she is like asking me so many curious questions. Mom, do my teacher don't love me? Why my school is not taking me in? I really lost the balance. But yes, initially I wanted to fix up the problem externally. I thought, okay, fine, the problem is going to be, because that's where everybody was hoping that yes, the schools are going to reopen, and things are going to, be normal again. The sense of not going to be normal again, I think it took a lot of time for me, because I was hoping that situation will normalize. And also back then, that is the pressure at home. Then also in office, I had a different kind of a pressure, because staff not able to come in, because of trains not there, transportation facility not there, office can't be open. Then I had a lot of workload on me as well, because last year I had few projects with me, and so I had to do all by myself. Like I used to take care of the home, and I used to do things also all alone. But then I was thinking that this thing will end, maybe maybe this thing will end, maybe this month or next month. I was just thinking that things gonna be normal pretty soon, and I just have to cope maybe for few days, like that. So getting and accepting the reality had become the biggest challenge for me again. Because I could feel that I had a lot of pressure on me externally and internally as well, because physically you are drained, and morning school, then your work, then financially not that great. So this last 1.5 year has been my biggest learning journey, because this gave me a lot of time to think on myself, because there was no activities happening. So a lot of time to think on myself, because we were like cut from the world, and we were put in the home. So so I had actually a lot of time to work on myself, really. in
Okay.
spite of all the problems, actually.
And you were able to overcome them and still standing tall. That itself is a big achievement in itself, I would say. Yeah. So Evangeline, so what made you, as it is, you were handling so many things at the same time, and then you decided to become a coach. So what was one thing which motivated to come into this field of coaching?
Okay, now this last 1.5 year, as I did mention that things were not great for me
Yeah.
because I was doing things like means like I just thought that I need to take the world on my shoulder and I need to be like this now entire my entire journey. That's what I thought about it. But then what I realized, the more I was prepping myself, the more I was I was not coping
Okay.
actually, because the more I was preparing, the more I was falling. The more I was working harder, the more I was getting the challenges. So because I have not accepted the reality at all, I'm trying to fix externally. Like for example, if for example, whenever there is a situation, I will work on the situation. I will try to look for the temporary solution. Whereas now things are changed because now the world is changed, and I don't know whether there is gonna be any normal back. I don't think so. And I was like, I was still expecting, no, this is just a temporary. I just need to manage. I just need to manage, like that. And this managing situation was actually making the things worse because I was not engaging myself and I was just managing. So when I wanted to engage myself, when I wanted to take things, on charge, then I understood that I am actually having very serious issues with me, that I am not accepting the reality. So this is the biggest thing what I have learned in this pandemic days, that we have to accept the reality that whatever may be, the reality may be good or it may be bad or it may be because only I know what is my reality. And if I'm not going to accept my reality, then how am I going to work for the solution? It's like being in denial. Okay, being in denial. No, I have to accept my reality. So when I wanted to accept the reality, it was not that very easy because the reality was very hard. The reality was very bad actually for me to accept it, and I was not prepared. Frankly speaking, I was not prepared because last 3 years I have been working on myself. Like I have taken few counseling and few therapists because I wanted to do well in my career, and I wanted to do very well because I wanted to manage people. When I say manage means I wanted to manage people. That is what I wanted to do. So I wanted to manage the external things. So I was like taking a few counseling sessions, like how to handle the situation. But that was not working out for me. That was really not working out for me, because when I was like seeking how to manage other people, I was really not able to do that. Because till the time I was not able to manage myself, how am I going to manage other? And that is what the challenge I had seen in me. So now then I thought this counseling is not going to help me at all. Close this chapter of counseling. Then I took, let us coach myself, let us join somewhere where rather than counseling, I'm getting coached, because I'm not knowing how to handle people. At least first somebody coach me. Like at least, because I'm not knowing that I'm failing there, at least let somebody coach me. So that is how I have taken up this I never ever thought that I gonna be a coach, because I have taken up this assignment thinking that somebody is gonna work on me, and I gonna be a better person, and my transformation is gonna happen, and I gonna be a better person myself for me. This is how it all started up, because I never ever thought that I gonna be doing something very big thing on a bigger platform. I never ever thought. All I wanted is my simple transformation, because I was failing there. I was not able to handle people emotion at all, and I was not able to accept the reality. All I wanted, give me that encouragement to accept my real senses. But to be honest, when I went through the program, I did change. I did change for the good. When I changed, the people around me, they got the full benefit.
Okay.
Even it has my transformation gave them so much meaningful life for them. So my team, like because now whenever I am having any challenges in team or with my client, I have the clarity in thinking, because I have accepted my reality. I know what are my real challenges are. Because I have accepted my reality, it gave me the whole new outlook of the life. Because now my client is not complaining, my people around me, they are coming up with me to me, seeking for a solution, because they know that I gonna understand it. My children at home, they understand that, okay, mom is working on her, so let us be supportive. So they are like that. And also I had some like a relationship crisis as well. I could actually change that thinking as well, because that is my reality. When I accepted that reality, so I didn't do anything separate. I just accepted, okay, this is what me is, and I gonna not judge people. I just gonna accept them the way they are. This is what I have done. So, and I don't know, only one line can make my life very easy, actually, and it has made my life easy.
That's really great experience or journey, Ivan, because I have also gone through a similar kind of program as you did, and at the end of it, like as they always told us that you have to experience it yourself. Once you experience it yourself and you experience the change in yourself, then you'll be able to make a difference to other people's life. So now that you have become a coach and you have also people coming to you for coaching. So how does it feel? How does it feel this new role of yours as a coach when you're helping people and helping them transform? Because you have yourself have gone through that entire journey. So how does it feel now?
I feel I don't give up on any people. I don't want to be judgmental on any person. Now, this has given me a new meaning to life, that the awareness, the clarity they don't have. That is why they are failing. Because I failed. Because I failed. I failed super duper failure. Like, and I don't want anybody others. The people who are my loved one, my closed one, who is like I know them. I don't want them to fail in their life. And because I can't decide for them, but all I can do is like I can maybe guide them, or maybe I can empower them, I can encourage them, whatever may be their reality. It may be very deep down, very difficult, can't be discussed, but I just want to empower them, whatever may be the situation. I just don't want anybody to fail, because so I just feel that when I have you'll not believe, Colonel, like I have already started talking to like many people, and when I look up to their journey, some people are amazing. Means some girl like at the age of 22, she has so much clarity and vision in her. Now some people are actually inspiring me, like how I can be a better person myself as well.
Absolutely.
So I will not say that my learning has stopped, because I'm still learning. Because when we talk about people, it's about real emotion, it's about real things. And when I am meeting lot now, meeting people was always a difficult for me, but now I am open to meet people. I am open to give them solution, transformation. I want to encourage them. So when the approach is changed, now these people, who feel that they are not doing good, but then they are actually inspiring me.
Yeah.
That how at the age of 22, at the age of 20, that somebody can inspire me. They are inspiring me actually.
Yeah.
Because at 22, I was like nothing. I was just sailing on the boat without
know.
having no agenda. But then there are people who feel at 22 they need to have a vision and they need to work towards it. And
Yeah.
now this amazing, but then they don't know how to do.
Yeah,
They have that they have, but then they don't know what to do, how to do. So this thing, what I am doing now, I feel that this platform has gonna give me more learning experience, because every person is unique and I gonna learn. This is giving me an opportunity to learn and to explore actually. And I am seriously enjoying this my new journey what I've started now.
Oh, that's really very great, Ivan. And so I think yours has been a very, very inspiring journey in itself, and especially how you face the challenges. And the biggest thing about I could identify that you were able to identify where that you have to change yourself, and you realize that, and you took that corrective action. And that is how you're finding the difference, not only in yourself but the people around you. You're finding them more responsive to you. And so you also, not only are you yourself feeling empowered, but you're also empowering other people also, where they're coming to you for that. So that really is a great achievement, Ivan. And I think it was a very, very interesting and insightful interaction with you. And I'm looking forward to have some more interactions in future also, as we progress further, as you gain more experience in your new journey as a coach. So what would be your one go-to phrase or go-to line for our audience, which you would have picked up from your experience till now?
My greatest learning is life is gonna be different at all stages. We just need to accept the reality.
Yeah.
Today, my reality is different. Tomorrow, it's gonna be different. But accepting the reality will give you potential to be yourself. It's gonna allow you to be yourself. So we can't limit ourselves just in a denial mode. But when we accept ourselves, we gonna explore the world. So this is my biggest takeaway, which I'm I want to implement it in all areas of my life, not only in life but also in business. Accepting.
Yeah.
So I just want to accept things the way it is. Yeah.
So that's really great, Ivan. So thank you very much for coming on my show and exchanging your views and also enlightening the audience. And I wish you all the very best, not only in your career as well, which you're already well established, but also in your journey as a coach. And I'm sure a lot of people will get benefited from your experience and from your enlightenment, and you'll be able to make a difference in people's life. So thank you very much, Ivan, and I'm really grateful for you and having on my show. And we'll again meet up after a few months, when we'll have some more new learnings to share with our audience. Thank you very much, Ivan. Thank you.
Thank
And
you,
wish you all the
Colonel.
very best. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.